everyone, it's Mikelah from Stylin Vibes of the Stylin Vibes podcast as well, and now we're here on YouTube. I am introducing a new series that is exclusive to our YouTube channel, and it's called Stylin On and Vibin too. So if you listen to the podcast, if you haven't subscribed already, please make sure you do. If you listen to the podcast, I always start off the podcast with what I'm styling on and vibing to. And it's a small segment on the podcast, but I wanted to extend it here and kind of really give an in-depth conversation around what I'm styling on. So it could be anything from beauty, fashion, food, anything that I'm kind of styling on right now that is Caribbean culture related. And then vibing to is some of the music. I know a lot of new music gets released. Some of it I'm able to put on the website and some of it I don't. But I want to share, it doesn't have to be absolutely brand new. Just share exactly where I am, what I'm doing, and I hope you guys enjoyed this segment. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so that you can get notifications of the episodes every week, and it's going to co-launch with the podcast. So every other Monday, every 2 weeks, I'll have a new video sharing what I'm styling on and what I'm vibing to. So, of course, to start off, we always have a lot, and every week I'm going to try to bring you a good number of things. Some of them I have and some of them I don't. And in this case, I have a few of these items, so I'm really excited to share with you guys. Cushnie is a women's wear line, and the designer Carly Cushnie is of Jamaican descent. She partnered with Target to do a capsule collection, and she's including some of her dresses. So I was able to snag one at my local Target. I got the lime green dress, and it's kind of very bright. It's like a tube dress, so it's strapless, and then it has a little slit somewhere on the left side. So here you go. I don't know when I go wear it, but I have it. This is a nice fabric. It has a lining on the inside. It definitely fits very to the line, so go a little bit bigger if you need to. I had to. I think this is like a size 12. So I think you guys should check it out if you can. The link to the actual capsule collection will be in the notes. Next up on Stylin On is a candle line. I love candles. I've always loved candles. I kind of stopped using them for a long time because of having my daughter. I didn't want candles around, but now that she's older, I can really get back into them. So this one is a soy candle, and I actually bought two. It's from a brand called Natural Annie Essentials. She's actually based here in Connecticut, and she's of Jamaican descent. She also has other items, and she has newer candles, but I bought this mango and coconut, as well as the island vibes. You don't know some of the vibes of the thing. You see it. So I love the way that they smell. I keep them right here on my desk or by my bedside. I like to burn them when I can. So I can't wait to burn these. These are soy candles, which I really love, and because they burn slower, so I'll have it for a really long time. So definitely styling on these. You don't know. So the next thing that I am styling on is Miss Shenseea, the Shenyang herself. She has connected with American-based fast fashion company Pretty Little Things, and she is going to be an ambassador. It is the first Jamaican that they've had as an ambassador, so I think that that's really good. Pretty Little Things has done collaborations with Ashanti, Saweetie, who else have they done? Tiana Taylor. So it's right up the alley for Shenseea herself because she's very stylish. A lot of people love what she's wearing. So congrats to Shenseea on her partnership as the ambassador of Pretty Little Things. Next on my Stylin On, I have the Raas collective. They actually reached out to me and they were sharing some pictures from their latest issue, I guess you could say. They are a collective based in Kingston, and they're doing a series of different photo shoots based around different style, mixing in, of course, dancehall and reggae and the Jamaica as the backdrop. This was their second shoot, and it was with an artist named Leno Banton. If you haven't heard of him, you can check him out as well. But it's really cool. I like the 70s inspired the harder they come kind of rocker style. If you've seen those movies, you know how nostalgic their style was in the 70s. The 70s as a whole is always a really great era for me. I always go back to items of the 70s. It just feels so classic. And they're really displaying that here in the photos that you see. So make sure you guys check it out. And the last of what I am styling on, I am featuring Jamaican stylist Bootleg Rocstar. Actually styled Protoje's latest video called Shenseea. So if you look at it, it's definitely, we keep going back to this whole nostalgia thing. It's very early 90s, 80s, but definitely just rude boy kind of style, like not but elevated, I think. So you see the three-piece suit but just the vest and like a tracksuit. There's like all these different looks that Protoje has that Bootleg Rocstar kind of styled him in, definitely to his style cadence of what you would normally see on Protoje, but definitely a more refined look, if you will, as a Rasta. Kind of just has some really nice styles. And of course, so in terms of what I am vibing to, so that was the Stylin On segment, and this is the Vibin On segment. So I'm sharing all the songs and kind of why I'm vibing on them right now. So first up is Kabaka Pyramid, and he has this new single called Babylon Fallen, and I know you guys are gonna love it. It's so revolutionary, it's of the time. It really is just talking about, it's really nice to hear like a youthful voice kind of sharing that type of revolutionary messaging. It's something we haven't heard from a whole lot of artists in a long time, I guess you could say, that it feels different than what we're hearing coming out of dancehall and reggae and stuff like that. So I think you guys are definitely gonna love it. The empowerment lyrics in it are what I really love, and again, we're in our own revolution right now, so I think this is like the perfect song to kind of go with the revolution. So make sure you guys check it out. Next up is Koffee. She coming in hot and hot right in time for the summer. She releases Lockdown, which is a song that is inspired by the quarantine times. She's basically saying, well, what are we gonna do when we're no longer quarantined? It kind of talks about a love interest, and it's just really fun, engaging, and she just released a video a week ago and it already has over 4 million views. Probably by the time I release this, it's gonna have 5 or more, and I think she's only gonna grow from here. But Koffee just has this distinct sound. She has a really great melody. She has catchy hooks and lyrics that are easy to sing along to, and they're all feel good, so the entire family can sing and enjoy and just kind of really vibe out. And it really, to me, is the epitome of like a summertime song that you're really gonna like. So if you haven't listened to it, which I'm pretty sure most of you have, but definitely is something that's gonna be on repeat for the whole summer. You always know the new talent, new talent them, and you're always featuring them. So he's also a podcaster. He has Reggae Talk podcast as well. He's been on the show, so I trust his judgment when it comes to music. He's always talking, bringing light to like newer artists. And he was recording her live, and she was just flowing, and she just, the way she did that go on, it just immediately I had to follow her. And she recently released a song and called Yamabella, and I love the messaging in it. It's definitely different than what we've heard in terms of just lyrical content, especially coming from women. She have the sexy side to her too, which is good, but she's a singer, and she's really just talking about, living within your means and not trying to impress people. And if you have it, you have it, and if you don't, you don't, and don't try to live your life for someone else. So the song itself, it just is well composed. Her voice and her vocals are just really come through very crisp and clear, and if you hear this song, you're definitely gonna want to hear more from her. So make sure you check it out. It's a really great song, and add it to your list, whichever your playlist, wherever you listen to music, and just support new artists, because the newer artists have to get some love. They gotta get the love too. So Christopher Martin has a message for the mandem, and in his latest single, Read Between the Lines, he is really talking about domestic violence and abuse. So there has been a lot of cases, and this is unfortunately not a new thing when it comes to Caribbean or just in general, but the spike and rise of killings against women have forced us to have even more conversations around just domestic violence and being so fed up with someone that you kind of just snap. His song Read Between the Lines really discusses the idea of, if you're a guy and this girl doesn't want you, just let her go. There's plenty of fish in the sea. There's no need to, you know, get violent with someone in order, if they don't love you anymore, then just leave them alone. And I like the messaging, and I really love that we are really talking about these things. It's not the first time we've heard artists address domestic violence issues, but that continuously has to be a conversation, and it has to be part of, you know, the messaging, because until it stops, really and truly. So big up yourself, Chris Martin. The value that the song has, really, it has legs too, because it really just sounds good, and the lyrical content. He also did an animated video to go along with the song, so make sure you guys check that out. And it kind of has a storyline, and it has him as an animation, so it's really cool. So check that out, and make sure you share and listen and add it to your playlist and all them things there. So this is my last one, Chronix's Cool Breeze / Friday. It definitely has that. I totally understand why he named it that. It's a huge fusion, if you ask me, because at first you can't really tell what it is. And Chronix has been on this collaboration of reggae and dancehall and not separating the two, and I think he's really combining it well here in the lyrics for this song as well. He did it a little bit on Likes, and you've heard him toast and DJ in other songs, but this one kind of how look attitude with it, and you know, he's really highlighting Kingston and talking about, you know, it's the kind of vibes that people try to recreate and they can't, and it just feels like summertime every day in Kingston, Jamaica, which for some that is the case, of course, weather-wise, that is always the case. It's something that is feel good, and you guys are gonna love it as well, so I'm sure you're gonna add it right to your playlist. All these songs I think you should add to your playlist if you don't have them already, so make sure you check them out. Of course, I leave the links to all of them so that you guys can have them and add them to your playlist. I do have a bonus Vibin on for you guys, and this is really just inspired by Caribbean culture itself, because H.E.R is a R&B artist, and recently she collaborated with Skip Marley to do a song called Slow Down. But who knew the girl was gonna be so inspired she did her own reggae inspired tracks. She did a song called Do It To Me, and it actually samples Sister Nancy's Bam Bam, and she recently performed it on The Late Night with Jimmy Fallon. So there is a video of the performance, and you can see it's very like reggae club. It have the lighting that's like really dim and like tones of red and purple and green, and then as they pan away you can see the speakers in the background, so it definitely looks like a dancehall or old school reggae party that just kind of brings back that nostalgic vibe. So I hope you guys enjoy. Until next time, make sure you guys subscribe here on YouTube. Also subscribe to the podcast. You can do it on stylinvibes.com, or I'll leave a link for you to download so that you can subscribe to the podcast itself. And until next time, Leah Tommy peeps.